See, I'm telling you, he's one of the best leaders to be around. Um, I mean, unfortunately, he couldn't captain India a lot, but I think he was eligible and he should have. But that's gone. But as in the role of a coach, as a head coach now with the Team India, and as a mentor with Lucknow Super Giants as well as the KKR, he's done a fantastic job. I mean, I mean, his record as a captain or a leader speak about it. And main thing is, I mean, winning is very important. Everything is about he wants to win. And whatever you see in the media, whatever it is, he's a totally opposite and a gem of a person. I was the physio for the India team for the long.
You were with Mahendra Singh Dhoni in two.
He was actually the second wicket keeper on that tour.
Okay.
He was not the first. The first was Dinesh. Dinesh Karthik was the first. As a boy, this journey has been incredible for him. It's a second. I'm telling you, it was a second life. I have seen him in the worst in his initial day. I mean, he was walking initially with a crutch and a stick, something different, which usually people have either two crutches.
In the year 2014, when Rohit Sharma fractured his finger, so at that time you worked with Rohit Sharma.
I know Rohit since he was under 17. The first time he was with me was at his own academy. Rohit is the boys captain. You know, he would like to get with them. You're talking about your show called as banter. We always have these banters going on. It's like Virat is a Nadal, Ronaldo sort of a thing. Rohit is class. Rohit is like a Messi, Federer, Nicholas Purin, Quinton de Kock. Both of them, we rarely see them on the physio table. But Naveen, Marcus Stoinis,
Oh yes,
I believe he's a Hulk. He's the strongest.
he's
He's bloody Hulk. I mean, that boy, that man. Kale, Kale is bloody fit again. I'm telling you.
Thank you so much, Vaibhav sir, for coming to our cricket podcast on Bat Ball Banter. Thank you so much for your time. So we will be starting this podcast straightforward. I will be jumping onto this question, like why the role of physiotherapist is so important. Like it is the most important roles among the support staff. So, sir, why is it so?
I mean, physiotherapist per se, if you talk about most of the teams in cricket, he's the first contact medical practitioner uh, with the team, and everything about medical, about sports medicine, about medicines, about injuries, about any kind of pain, any kind of discomfort, any kind of issues, what they face, the cricketers, they will be the first contacting a physiotherapist, and the physiotherapist plays a key role in dealing with those issues, so that convincing them that how serious, how bad it is, or how good it is, and when they can come back. That's why, and it's very important for the physiotherapist to be positively involved with their discomforts or with their issues, so that they can get over them at the earliest and come back onto the field.
Yes, sir, absolutely. And sir, for how long you have worked with Lucknow Super Giants?
I'm a consultant there, and
Okay.
yes, I have been working with them for the last 2 seasons.
So, sir, how was your experience with Lucknow Super Giants and their at that time their mentor Gautam Gambhir?
Ah, it was a superb. I mean, to say that I worked with Gautam when he was a player. I've been the physio of the team when he was the player of the India A team, and we've done quite a few tours, quite a few series together. Um, and so it was very easy for me to gel. He knew what I am, what I do, and how I operate as a physiotherapist with the team. So we have experienced that. He's been with me. I believe the first time we were together in some kind of a camp or a series was in 2000, way back in 2002. And since then, we've been there quite a few in quite a few series, quite a few tournaments, quite a few tours with the India A side or the national side, and that's how we know each other. So it was very easy for me and for him because we knew each other about what he expects and what he expects from me, and he also knew what exactly I'm capable of doing as a physio. So to kind of look at the players who had injuries and how to give them a clarity, because when this particular player is going to come back, or how much long is going to take, and what all he'll be going through. How does it affect the team combination? That's his decision. But I at least can give him some clarity, and accordingly, it helped us because of we knowing each other's personalities. It helped us.
So, sir, at this point of time, he is the head coach of Team India. So, can you let us know how was his way of conduct when he was the mentor of Lucknow Super Giants? As we know that however he was doing and operating in Lucknow Super Giants, he must be doing few things which he was doing perfectly over there in Team India as well. So how he maintains the team environment, and how much you liked his leadership quality, and how he was maintaining the whole squad along with players and support staff, including the physiotherapist.
See, I'm telling you, he's one of the best leaders to be around. Unfortunately, he couldn't captain India a lot, but I think he was eligible and he should have. But that's gone. But as in the role of a coach, as a head coach now with the Team India, and as a mentor with Lucknow Super Giants as well as the KKR, he's done a fantastic job. His record as a captain or a leader speaks for itself. He's the one who has this unique um, combination of winning it as a captain and a coach, IPL. So those things are very easy. He's very approachable. He can you can talk to him. You can understand what he wants, and then he will be he's very friendly. It's not that he'll maintain his distance, but he's friendly. But at the same time, he's very specific, and he wants the job to be done as it has to be done. There is no heavy about it. And main thing is, winning is very important. Everything is about he wants to win. And whatever you see in the media, whatever it is, he's a totally opposite and a gem of a person.
All right, sir. That was a great insight from you. Sir, now we will come to your story. Could you let us know what was your journey of becoming a physiotherapist? If we'll start from the school time, and what was the process?
See, I belong to a family who have been into medical professions. My
Okay.
father is a very senior orthopedic surgeon in the country, and that basically motivated me to take up medicine. Definitely, I could have been a MBBS doctor also, but I was so much interested in sports. I used to play a lot of sports in school, in college. So I took up into physiotherapy, which is very dear as part of, because it is about exercise and fitness and physical means of treatments. So this is something which is a different way of dealing with people, and that's how I entered physiotherapy. And sports being my interest, I always wanted to be a sports physiotherapist. Even if I had become an MBBS doctor, a doctor or medical doctor, I would have ended up doing sports medicine. So that was my aim, anyways. Being an orthopedic surgeon and being a sports ortho surgeon, possibly I would have been that way. But I'm happy that I got to be the physio, because my interest, I was crazy about cricket. Following cricket, not only playing. I used to follow to the core. In my childhood days, if India used to lose, I never used to get sleep. I never used to eat food. I was that mad. I see. My growing up idols were, of course, Sunil Gavaskar sir, Kapil Dev, that generation. And then, of course, Sachin came in, Rahul came in, um, the Saurav, and the big four like Viren, Sehwag, Lakshman, all of these, Kumble. So then, I was very fortunate to be working with all these men, and at some stage or the other, maybe at the camps, maybe at the state level, maybe at the zonal levels, maybe assisting the team India, maybe sometimes doing a couple of matches with the team India. And then if they were part of the team India A team, I was the physio for the India team for the longest. So my interest just started building up in sport, and I always wanted to be a sports physio, and it just attracted me the way a physio used to run onto the field when we used to watch matches way back. I mean, in 80s when we first saw colored clothing and white ball matches right down in Australia, the Benson Hedges Cup. It was very attractive. I don't know. It just attracted me. I probably was in a sixth, seventh standard, eighth standard. I don't remember exactly when I started, but I clearly remember the colored clothing, white ball, and then sometimes if the physio uh, came onto the field, I mean something is different is to hold those magic sprays, which later becoming a physio. Yes, it is just a magic. Um, the sprays, and it does really was very attractive for me to get there. And then, of course, I started my journey, and I always wanted to be there. So I started with the. I mean, I used to study in Pune for my physiotherapy. So after studying, after finishing my clinics, I used to just go down where there is a Maharashtra Ranji Trophy match going on, and I used to offer my voluntary work,
Okay.
to the players. Used to go there at Pune Club sometimes when a state level match is going on, and the players liked it. And then slowly and steadily, next season, they officially took me in because BCCI made it mandatory for every state team to have at least a physio. And so I was the first physio with the Maharashtra cricket team, starting at the Ranji Trophy way back in 2000. Yes, way back in 2000, 2000 season. And since then it was just a journey which kept on growing up from the state level to the zonal to the National Cricket Academy to the India A side, the India under 19, and then the national sides. So and then the IPL came in, of course. So it has been a good journey so far, and I'm loving every part of it. The challenges are different. I love those challenges. To get the players back onto the field at the earliest is the key of all the challenges.
Yes, that's the, I guess that is the motto of any physiotherapist, especially the sports physiotherapist, to get the players back to the field as soon as possible. That's great, sir. Sir, as you mentioned, you have worked with India A team for the longest. I was going through what things you have done for cricket and Team India. So I got to know you were with Mahendra Singh Dhoni in 2004 when he was in Team India A, and the try series was there, I guess, with Kenya, Zimbabwe, and India, in which Dhoni
Yeah,
scored the
it was
highest.
Kenya. It was India A, Pakistan A, and Kenya.
Okay, India A, Pakistan A, and Kenya. So you traveled with the team in Kenya at that time.
Yes, I was. I
Okay,
was the physio. I mean, that time India A had only a physio and a coach. So Mr. Sandeep Patil was the coach, and I was the physio. And then we had a manager, the team manager. So we three of us, and there was no so many support staff what is there today. But yes, I mean, the beauty of that was Mahi. I call him Mahi. So Mahi was first time. Uh, I saw him first time with the long hair. Very first day, he had to come and I mean, kind of because Mr. Patil and the manager were not yet joined the camp, and I was the only part of the support staff who had joined the camp. So they had to report to me, the players coming in, and it was a great experience. I mean, I cannot forget those days, and whenever we meet, we do remember those days. And he's, I mean, he's again. I said all these boys are gem, gem, gem. Like I mean, he's such a good person at heart. Him, Gautam, Rohit, Sachin, all these cricketers. They've come up the very hard way, and they know what it means to be right at the top, and they understand the struggle, and that makes them so down to earth. All of them are superb and gems. Seriously.
absolutely, sir. So in that after that series, Dhoni debuted for Team India. in that
Yes, after
same year?
that series, I mean, what happened? The story was um, he was actually the second wicket keeper on that tour.
Okay.
He was not the first. The first was Dinesh. Dinesh Karthik was the first, and second was Mahi. And Mahi was more of a keeper batsman than a batsman keeper. And he is a keeper batsman or more than but of course his batting power is above all the keepers. Now the record speaks for itself. Um, so one of the batsmen got injured in the first test match which we were playing in Zimbabwe versus Zimbabwe national side. Um, and he had to play as a batsman. But sorry, he didn't have to play as a batsman. He was not playing that first test match actually, and he was the 12th man or the 13th man. But one of the batsmen got injured, so he couldn't take the field for fielding. So this man, boy, whatever we call him, Mahi, went in as the 12th man, stood at short leg, final silly point, short leg, slips, and took 5 catches as a substitute fielder. And he wanted to just get into that mold of competition, be active, be aggressive, be involved in every cricketing stuff what is required there. And while doing those things, probably once he just had a small roll over his ankle and he had to just come out for a bit. And he was like desperate. Doc, let me go back as soon as possible because this is superb and I'm enjoying my fielding. I'm enjoying this catching. And uh, he was just magical that time. And he just started that journey. That was the first test match. Then the second test match came up. By the second test match, he played as a batsman because Dinesh was already the keeper and the batsman got injured. One of the batsmen who couldn't take the play the next test match, he played as a batsman. As he played the first innings, he got a 50 against Zimbabwe, and then rest is history. And the third test match so happened that Dinesh and Rohan Gavaskar, who were part of the teams, they were called by the team India. So we then Mahi became the first wicket keeper, and then another wicket keeper joined as the second wicket keeper. And then the rest is history. After the three test matches, we played the triangular, and in triangular he just didn't. He was a different person, different
He was the
personality.
highest scorer.
He was the highest scorer. He was man of the series, and I mean, the way we thought of it. This man is totally made differently, and he's going to be. He had an aura then. He himself had an aura with the fans. He had fan following at that stage. Forget he was not even playing for India then. He was just playing for India A. But his looks, his personality was such that that there was in Kenya, all the people were crazy about him. They wanted to have pictures with him and whatever the fans do these days. Similar, everything was happening right there at that time in 2004. And then, of course, he was kept on playing the domestic. And at the end of the year, he got selected to play for Team India. End of that year, 2004, and
Yes.
probably November or December,
December.
he went and played against Bangladesh.
Yes. Rest is history.
And
That's
then rest is
great, sir.
history.
So, sir, if you consider the Mahendra Singh Dhoni from 2004, so after 20 years, if suppose you will work with Mahendra Singh Dhoni as a physiotherapist, what changes his body would have faced? Like how your approach will be now for a Mahi who is like more than 40 years and still hitting long sixes. So, what is the things you will
See,
work upon?
see all these longevity. It depends definitely from the support staff, but longevity comes from self discipline and within. These people, boys who have played for the longest, you consider it Mahi, who is playing, still playing. You consider it Sachin, who played for 24 years continuously from a very early age. You consider Rahul, and all of these boys. I mean, they understand their bodies so well. In these all these years, they understand their bodies so well. One thing is that I've learned a lot being a sports physio or a physio. If somebody, one of you understands your body, understands the injury, and gets educated about the problem will heal itself 50%. Rest of the part is then the inputs from our side regarding the treatments, regarding the exercise, regarding the management. It's rest of the part. But first is understanding the injury and trying and healing within self is the key. And understanding and listening to the body. When the body says, okay, you cannot go and play this particular match or you cannot practice, respect it, listen to it, take a break, recover, and come back.
So as you were saying, recovering from an injury, a lot of thing depends on the individual and how he knows about his own body and the signals which body is giving. So, sir, if we will talk about the what a comeback the Rishabh Pant made from a deadly accident, he recovered and now he won. He was a part of a team who won the World Cup. In this process, if it is the effort of the individual, the physiotherapist, and the spiritual energy. So like we have seen, he was being very spiritual and going to a lot of temples and all. So Rishabh Pant was going. So can you let us know what were the attributes which helped him to recover this quickly?
See, as I said, yes, self motivation and discipline is the key. And that's the key. I mean, Rishabh, as a boy, this journey has been incredible for him. It's a second. I'm telling you, it was a second life. I have seen him in the worst in his initial days. He, I mean, it was difficult for him to walk even 10, even 5 steps. Forget about 10, 5 steps. I know how we started doing his walking, getting him. I mean, he was walking initially with a crutch and a stick, something different, which usually people have either two crutches or two sticks. But because of his injuries and his skin abrasions and the pains or the ligament injuries what he had, he couldn't really do that. And I mean, I saw him struggle that, and from that, playing the World Cup, playing like that in the World Cup and winning, that transformation is just hats off to Rishabh. It is all of him. Okay, we physios did support I in the initial phase, and then of course Tulsi, the physio who was with him through and through, right till the right till he really started playing. Um, it was just super. I mean, we were just we were, as we call it, we were the mediators possibly to give him that message, motivation of, you can do it and you will do it. But if that spark is not from within, nothing is going to happen. He was so motivated, he worked so hard. I'm telling you, he was, I mean, so many days, so patiently he was working. He used to get, I mean, see, he's human. He used to get frustrated, angry. All these things used to happen. But then this is how the physios, the medical staff, the support staff, the trainer, they all are there to support him, help him out in the best possible way, to give him that motivation, to give him that comfort. So and always not let that spark die down inside him. And that kept on going. And the biggest thing is he himself was was a great comeback. I mean, it all mainly it goes to him. We were just, I mean, I was a very small part of his recovery, but his physio and trainer who did uh, who did complete recovery with him at the NCA. It's just been a superb journey for him, and I respect what he did for himself and, of course, and so forth, the country.
And what is the role of the if you believe on some energy while recovering? I believe that like I am also recovering from a ligament and meniscus repair injury. So I believe there is some role of the energy which you believe on. So does it
Yes, of
play a
course. I
role?
mean, that's what I see. It's a positive thought. You never speak negative to yourself. First of all, I mean, there's a saying. I read it somewhere. I mean, not somewhere. I mean, I read quite a few often in books and on internet. There's a saying from Bruce Lee that words I mean, please be very careful of what you think about yourself and what you talk about yourself. Never talk negative because words cast spells. That's why they're called spellings. So that's a very important saying, and that has opened my eyes. So, I mean, if you start thinking negative, start talking negative to yourself about yourself, then you're not going to come back. That's why you have to be very careful and keep that positive energy going from within, and that's also a very big part of your recovery process.
All right. So in the year 2014, when Rohit Sharma fractured his finger, so at that time you worked with Rohit Sharma. So how was your experience with Rohit Sharma and the kind of person, what kind of person Rohit Sharma is, and how he is a great captain? What one particular thing, one leadership skill, which makes him a great captain? If we will talk about the great captains of Team India, he of course he will be in that list among the top members.
Yes,
So what
he is.
made
As I said,
that?
Rohit, a different ball game altogether. Again, all these names, what I take always, I mean, uh, he's right at the top in amongst them, and he has to be considered as one. He is, I mean, has to be. He is considered as one of the greatest captains of Team India, and the record speaks for itself. The World Cup now with him, taking the, I mean, playing two World Cup finals back to back and winning one, losing one just on because of a one bad day at the office. That's it. I mean, I know Rohit since he was under 17. The first time he was with me was at a zonal academy. He was only 17 years, and that boy was, I mean, he was naughty. He was everything. But he had those leadership qualities always, always. I mean, at that young age also, uh, and he was a captain. I mean, he was a captain of the zonal side. He led the zonal side so well, and 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 that's why, I mean, now the records speak for itself. He's the most successful captain in franchise cricket, I would say, because I mean, of course, Mahi's also won 5 IPLs. He's also won 5 IPLs, but additionally, Rohit has won a couple of Champions League also, the Champions League which happened. So and plus now the T20 World Cup, which of course Mahi's also won. Uh, the only thing is left is the ODI World Cup, which will get them. I mean, in the ICC
And then
trophy
neck
part
to
of
neck.
it. I mean, it's. I mean, there's no competition there, but there
Yeah.
are two different personalities, two different ways to deal with the team, with the boys. Rohit is the boys captain. He would like to get with them, masti karte hai. I mean, you would have seen so many, the way he conducts on the field. गार्डन में घूमेगा तो ये कर दूंगा, मैं वो कर दूंगा, ये सब चलते रहता है उसका, and he's that way. He's simple, he's down to earth. I mean, I know him, fortunately I know him closely, and we are quite we do meet quite often, as much as possible, whenever it is possible for him. And we always have this. You're talking about your show called as banter. We always have these banters going on in between us and the friends, and it's always a chill person. And I mean, I would say he's one of the kindest hearts. I would say. Uh, in this cricketing world or the sporting world, I would say it's not only cricketing world; it's about the sporting world. And I would not think twice before. There was always a comparison between two greats. The goats like Messi, Ronaldo, Federer, Nadal, and I always say it's not comparisons but similarities, or there always Virat and Rohit. So
Yes.
it's like Virat is a Nadal, Ronaldo sort of a thing. Rohit is class. Rohit is like a Messi, Federer, um, and I mean they're class. I mean they look at their efforts when he's batting, or when Federer is playing tennis, or when Messi is playing football. Look at, I mean, it comes so naturally to them. I mean, and Virat also the same way. I mean, he has. I mean, Ronaldo made up. He works so hard. He's working at this. I mean, he's playing at this age. Almost both a similar age. Nadal also got himself so strong, and he was the king of the clay. And the clay, if you don't have a fit body or a fit mind, clay is very difficult to win. And so is Virat. Virat, look, I mean, from Virat, what I've seen him in under 19 days to now, what I see him is totally different. I mean, he's completely changed. His fitness has changed. He's made a mark for himself. He rose the standards of the team. And same, Rohit goes the same way. Rohit also motivates the team that way. Talks to them, gets makes them friendly. And as a leader, you cannot. I mean, a leader is known for as good as the team is. I mean, the captain is known by his own team. It's not only the captain. So the way you take your team ahead, the way you grow, I mean, show your leadership qualities, that's how you'll be the most successful guy. And I guess Rohit is right there, up, right on top there.
Absolutely, sir. We might see
I
Rohit.
believe. I don't guess. I believe. Sorry.
Yeah,
I love to watch him as a batsman. In the current generation, 110%, he's my favorite batsman. There is no other. I mean, I love watching Rohit Sharma play than anybody else for sure. I mean, it's so and pleasing to the eye to watch him
very
bat.
smooth,
Effortless, elegance,
effortless.
effortless elegance. That elegance always, they used to call that most of the left-handers have an elegant batting style, like a Clive Lloyd or a David. I don't know if you've heard these names, like a Clive Lloyd or David Gower was supposed to be the most elegant left-handed batsman in the world in that generation when I was growing up. And now I see Rohit. I mean, he has so much of time. I mean, he has a lot of time. Even the fastest bowlers, he can just whack it. I mean, you saw what he's done to Mark Wood and others when during the ICC World Test Championships finals and everything. I mean, you saw what he did to start in the finals. So he's a dangerous and a very elegant batsman. So basically, he's got all the class. And I mean, there are no more words I have of praise. I mean, it's difficult to find words. I mean, it's that way. He's one of my favorite batsmen. I love watching him bat, and I wish him the best wherever he is. And I'm sure he will do good wherever he is.
Absolutely, sir. Moving on to, as you mentioned about the fast bowlers, and as I talked about Lucknow Super Giants. So, sir, let's talk about Mayank Yadav. Mayank Yadav, I have talked with a lot of players, young players who are playing on domestic level, and they have all, like, whenever I ask about them, ki what the toughest bowler you faced, your favorite bowler. So everyone mentioned Mayank Yadav somewhere or the in somehow or the other. So let me know, sir, how you work with Mayank Yadav, what type of person he is, and what is his strength, and why like he came after a year, he came for in front, and he whatever matches he played, he was the player of the match. So, and after that he got injured, and now he was not he was not playing for the rest of the matches. So, sir, we really want the physiotherapist to work with Mayank Yadav, and so that he can play for Team India. And we can't wait to see the pair of Bumrah and Mayank Yadav handling the pace attack of Team India, sir. So, what are your thoughts of you on
You will
this?
have to wait to see both of them together because probably in a few couple of hours' time he'll be playing for Team India today.
Yes.
As we speak, today is the 6th of October. As we are speaking, and today is the first T20 against Bangladesh, and probably it may be his debut. And I mean, this boy, what to speak about him? He's the best. I mean, he is terrific. He's got this natural action, natural ability to bowl fast. And if you have these kind of fast bowlers who bowl naturally fast, you got to preserve them. And that's the reason he was with me for the past. I mean, he came to me first time in December 2022, and since then we've been together always. He's been with me at the place where I work, which is the Kupilabe Dhirubai Ambani Hospital. And he came for his rehab, his training. He stayed himself. Not necessarily Lucknow sent him. If He wanted to just be around me and my team, my team of physios and trainers who who looked after them, who looked after him very well till he really started bowling again. And as I said, he's one kind of a young bowler who wants to ask, sir, ये क्यों हो रहा है? ऐसे क्यों है? ये क्यों कर रहे हैं हम लोग? क्या कर रहे हैं? See, those questions, somebody who asks is basically trying to learn. As I said, he wants to learn about his body. He wants to learn about the bowling. He wants to learn about fitness. He wants to learn about injuries. So, which is a good sign again. He will understand his body well, and he can. He's developing right now. He's not yet developed, mind you, and his musculoskeletal development is going to take, and the kind of power he generates is definitely overpowers his available stuff right now. But he's the man. He's the boy for the future. We just have to preserve him. We don't want to lose another fast bowler who's going to rattle. I'm sure today, if he plays, he's going to rattle a few batsmen of Bangladesh, which he already did in Lucknow. I mean, while playing for Lucknow, you
Yes.
saw the wickets he took of the foreign guys also. So, I mean, he's just again, as I said, this boy has a brightest future. He will go long, I'm sure, and it's his attitude, it's his hard work which he wants to put his paces through will take him long. Simple as that. I mean, he has that again. As I said, he's self-discipline. He's that motivation inside. He's spiritual. He's spiritual, definitely. He believes in spirituality, in worship. He does. He has his own ways of doing it, and he believes he's a vegetarian. He's vegetarian because of his religion.
Okay.
I mean, if he wants to follow a certain kind of um, uh, uh, principles, which has turned him into a vegetarian. He used to eat non-vegetarian before, but now he's given up non-veg completely. So, being that, eating vegetarian and bowling that fast, wow, what a combination! I mean, it's just that I'm really proud of him, very proud of him that he's made it to the Team India, and I always wish him luck, and I always want him to do very, very well each and every time he steps out on that field in blue of India, or if he is with Lucknow, then blue of Lucknow for sure.
Absolutely, sir. Talking about Lucknow Super Giants, which is the most fittest player whom you see rarely? Like he doesn't require that much of uh, uh, expertise or assistance from your side. So, who is the most fittest player?
See, it's yeah. I mean, in IPL is such a tournament where most of them require something or the other. But I mean, there are quite a few of them. Um, yeah, Nicholas Puran, uh, Quinton de Kock, both of them, we rarely see them on the physio table. But Naveen, also, these foreign boys, I mean, again, they have learned it the hard way. They know how to do it. Among all of them, most of them are as fit as possible. I mean, of course, the matrix on what you gauge their fitness is different. I mean, it's is it the play of cricket? Is it the numbers in the fitness test? So I wouldn't like to get into that, and it's not really fair also. But yes, I mean, most of them are self-disciplined, and as I said, the key is being self-disciplined and understanding your bodies and how to take a break when and when not to. So Quinton de Kock, yes, I have not seen him much on the physio table much. Same with Nikki. I have to kind of to maintain because we play back to back. I have to pull these, or the physio team used to pull these boys out for something. Um, yeah, and so they are pretty fit in that sense. Yes, many of them.
And which
And
player you?
Marcus Toynes, oof,
Oh yes,
I believe he's a Hulk. He's the strongest.
is
He's bloody Hulk. I mean that boy, that man. Oof, he is just too good. He's very strong.
so
I
it
mean, if
will.
you talk about the strength, he's the strongest for sure.
Hmm. If we'll talk about the body structure and strength, like what you are mentioning right now, so how different, according to the physique and strength, are KL Rahul and Nicholas Puran? Be- like how they are differently built. If we'll talk about the environment and climate and everything, and the
See, they're definitely built in their own way. Kale, Kale is bloody fit again. I'm telling you, he is fit. I have seen this boy since his under 19 days. He was with me in at the World Cup in 2010, 2010 World Cup under 19. He was part of the World Cup, and the so since that time I know him, and he also, again, as I said, got a routine for him to be placed. He wants to do his physio, he wants to do his fitness, he wants definitely will stick to his recovery routines, which is very important during a tournament like IPL. And he's got, I mean, you've seen him keeping wickets, you've seen him batting, you've seen him sometimes bowling, and you name it, everything he can do on the field.
yeah, he's quite a flexible player. And sir, how his leadership skills you have noticed, and how it is different from the others which we have talked about, the legendary players, because he is also
See,
taking the
every
teams.
player has a way of leading a team. It is unfair to compare anybody.
No,
It
I'm
is
not
not right to
comparing,
compare.
because I have seen an interview of him in which he said he is very fortunate. He got a team in which he can inculcate his own culture. He can make the culture because he, from the beginning, this LSG and Gujarat Titans, they were the new franchises. So what is that culture? If you can let us know.
The culture is about his thoughts and his thinking of how he wants the team to be. He wants the team to work hard, gel together, give get their shit together, and bloody give their 100%, 110% on the field. That's what he demands from the players, and he wants to be the youngsters the way he has been disciplined. Also, take care of their bodies. It's very important. It's a physical game. It's no more just a mental game these days. Tactical is definitely there, but it's physical also. So physically, you have to recover yourself, take care of your bodies, and that's what usually he wants to get down to the juniors. I mean, juniors like Mayank, Mohsin, all of them, Yudhvir. So all of them respect. I mean, they respect him as. I mean, he's like an elder brother to all of them, and they always interact with him, be with him around when whatever he's doing, observe him, and he definitely guides them too.
All right, sir. So I have seen you have also worked with Puneri Paltans, which is a team of Pro Kabaddi League. So how your physiotherapy sessions or the methods are different from uh, working with cricketing sports person and sports person from kabaddi.
It's a two. I mean, they're two different sport. I mean, kabaddi is a full contact sport. It's one of the most rugged sports, a national sport of India. I mean, not a national sport, but it is Indian origin sport. Cricket is not a contact sport. So so the approaches, the fitness challenges, the injuries, what we see are quite different. Kabaddi, there are definitely much more serious injuries because of the contact nature of the sport. Cricket, probably, I mean, you do. I mean, the collision and contact is only during fielding or maybe bowling. Bowler and a batsman or two fielders coming together. So that contact is different. But definitely the injuries are different in both the sports. But Kabaddi is exciting. Kabaddi is growing. Okay. I've seen cricket grow. I've seen cricket grow, professionals like me coming into cricket. And I've seen that sport grow from what it was. I mean, 25, 25, I mean, probably I'm in my 25th year right now in cricket, or in my profession as a sports physio. When I started, we were bought in to get this fitness culture, the injury prevention culture, and everything into the people, and like people like the generations of Sachins and the Sauravs and the Rahuls and the Lakshmans. we were kind of phasing out slowly, but they started doing the fitness at that time, and which these youngsters like Virat and Rohit and Shikhar and Bumrah and Rahul, they were all kids that time. They were under 17s and under 16s and 15s. The National Cricket Academy started then in 2000. The first batch was in 2000. uh, the youngsters were there, and I was part of the National Cricket Academy right from 2001, and we had these processes together about fitness, about recovery, about injury prevention, about planning, how to deal about everything. So that culture set in, and now you see that time the skills of cricket always we had. I mean, we had the best of the skills, but we couldn't. I mean, that time in those days of 90s, Australia used to rule the cricketing world. But now you see India is ruling. Why? Because we already had the skills. Now we have the fitness, and
Absolutely.
these two together has made us top. And I see Kabaddi doing the same thing. Kabaddi is in that nascent stage right now, where they are learning. We professionals have come in like us who are applying the sports science, sports medicine to the sport, and we are trying to get the best out of the science to these players. They are understanding. They are also learning. They are they're raw players. They're raw players coming from akhadas and gaos. Yeah, हरियाणा के गांव से कोई आया है, महाराष्ट्र के कोई छोटे प्लेस विलेज से आया है, हाँ, साउथ इंडिया के कहीं से आया है बंदा. And the way they play, they have highest amount of skills. Of course, that the sport itself is changed from mitti. They play on a mitti in mud to a mat. The mat has, I mean, what the research, what we have collected data with us shows that injuries have increased since it is started on the mat. But yes, it is growing, and I'm sure it this with the application of science, sports science, and sports medicine, it is going to be the best sport moving ahead, and you will
Absolutely,
see a
sir. They
lot of
already have a lot
Kabaddi
of
quality.
talent, and with the help of professionals like
So
you.
I always compare and relate cricket to Kabaddi because I saw cricket growing and now I'm seeing Kabaddi growing. So I'm very sure Kabaddi will also reach a stage where we already have. I mean, India is the best team in the world. I mean, although not many nations play, but hopefully it will become an Olympic sport soon.
Hope so, sir. Uh, so I guess cricket is your favorite sport, but if I will just ask you, what is your favorite sport, sir?
To tell you the truth, at the moment, yes, cricket is my favorite sport. I love when I'm involved. I do follow cricket, but I'm watching a lot of football. I
Okay.
love football. I love a lot of uh, English Premier League is my favorite. Chelsea is my favorite team. I love Chelsea,
Hmm.
and I'm going through that phase right now. What I used to go way back in cricket when Indian team used to lose, I used to feel really bad. Now if Chelsea loses, I feel really bad. Just a joke, but yes, I love football now. I love it's exciting. I mean the quality of football, what English Premier League play or the Champions League play, it's exciting and it's lovely to watch.
uh,
And that is my following stage. Of course, cricket will always be my favorite. Will be right up there. But I've got an interest in football
Football also.
also last 10 to 15 years. I would say yes. I have kind of got into football also.
So have you sir got any opportunity to work with our national football team, or else ISL is also there? It is also growing.
Yeah. We do work with a couple of ISL teams.
Okay.
The players come to our center, the Kokila Bindurubai Amani Hospital, this Center for Sports Medicine. We are attached to Mumbai City FC.
Okay.
Uh, so Mumbai City FC uses our facilities for whatever like preseason testings or when or the rehabs or injuries or whatever. Similarly, fortunately, our Mr. Goenka owns a football team also. So sometimes his players also do come in as required. So we have had So, like mainly the ISL teams have sent their players for rehabs or for some kind of a testing to us, and they're using our facilities for that. Um, yeah, so we are working with footballers also.
Football. All right, sir. So talking about the cricket, sir, which is your favorite batsman?
I said Rohit Sharma.
Rohit Sharma. And who is your favorite bowler, sir?
Right now, um, I mean, if you ask me in current generation, it is Rohit Sharma. Of course, I mean the way I have, if you see my overall all time, of course it has to be Sunil Gavaskar sir, because he was the idol I used to follow. I used to in my growing days, I used to always see him play. And bowling wise, uh, difficult one to answer, but yes, Zahir Khan.
Khan. So he will be
Zahir Khan.
with Lucknow Super
What Zahir
Giants
Khan
this.
has, yes, he is amateur now. So Zach. Uh, his bowling skills. I think he's right at the top. Of course, Booms is also there. Bumrah is there. Kapil Dev sir was there. Jawahir Srinath was there. But among fast bowlers, definitely my favorite. I mean, I respect and his capability to make the ball talk at whatever he played, because we worked together in Delhi Daredevils also, me and Zach, or even the West Zone and all. So we know. I've seen him and what he can do with the ball. Not many people can do.
Absolutely, sir. Like the people from our generation, like I'm 26 years old, and we have seen 2011 World Cup. Like we were in school, and I remember those memories. So at that time, before Bumrah, if you'll say the bowler who will make terror in the batsman mindset, he was of course he has to be Jahir Khan. He was well
Right? I
built.
mean, and I don't know. Always used to like left-hand fast bowlers. I don't know why. Maybe because while growing we saw Wasim Akram
Uh,
bowling, and we never had a left-arm fast bowler in the Indian side. So always, whenever left-arm fast bowler used to come, I thought, oh shit, somebody like an Akram has come in. And yes, and we finally got Zaid Khan, and then Ashish Nehra, of course, then RP, Irfan also.
yeah,
All of them have been great, but uh, Zaid had something different probably in him.
absolutely, sir. Who is your favorite captains among the all who you have seen?
Yeah,
May
that's a
it be
difficult
IPL.
question again. I mean, I will definitely, because of the record speak for itself. It's going to be Rohit and Mai.
Rohit and Bhai. Absolutely, sir. Thank you so much, sir. Thank you so much for your time. With this, I will be wrapping up this podcast with you. You have shared a lot of insightful things with us, which will be very helpful for our viewers. And once again, sir, thank you so much for your time. And it was a I have made around like 10 episodes of podcast, and this has to be like one of the I enjoyed the most, and I learned a lot of new things and got to know about new things. Thank you so much. Thank you so much for your time.
Thank you for having me. It was a nice talking to you, and all the best. And hopefully, the listeners or the viewers who are going to watch this will learn something about, and the young cricketers basically would want. I want them to learn about how to deal with injuries, and that's the key. I mean, if this podcast can make them understand their injuries, understand their bodies, and recover them, that will be a good beginning. The rest of the banter though keeps on happening.
Yeah. Thank you. Thank you
Thank
so
you.
much. Sir. Yeah.
Bye bye. All the
Bye
best.
bye. Thank you so much.